Good morning folks and welcome to Dazzle Rebel Rise, and as you can probably tell because I've got the scarf over my face, it's a little bit nippier than it has been lately. It is 10 to 8 in the AM on a Sunday morning and I'm going for a ride to the factory kitchen in Belper, Derby to check out their vegan breakfast. Just watching folks, how you doing? You can definitely tell that autumn is here, at least in the morning, because it is a lot crisper. It's due on the cars and the nights are closing in as well, so I don't know how much longer of the riding season we've got here in the UK, but I intend to make as much of it as I possibly can. So that's why I didn't have any drinks last night. I decided instead, my Saturday night I'd spend video editing, which I did. I had a relatively early night, by Saturday night standards anyway, and I've got up this morning so I could go for a spot breakfast on Ilkeston, my Indian Chief vintage. Good morning. Come to try your vegan breakfast.
Okay. Need to know what table are we going to be on,
Oh.
please?
Is it too cold to sit outside? Yeah, it probably is. Can I sit just here? Is that okay?
Not on there.
Yeah. Yeah, you do a full vegan English, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those, please. You've got soy milk for coffee. Oat milk. Yeah, have a coffee as well, please.
Have a coffee?
A cappuccino, please. That's lovely, thank you very much. Cheers. It's yeah, it's heavy.
I bet you'll know about it when it starts up, won't it?
You probably will. It's not. I mean, it's not obnoxious, but it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I've got some quieter baffles in, so it don't wake the neighbourhood up. But you know it's there.
It was me that saw it first.
Yeah.
Couldn't help but admire it, you know.
It's heavy. It's blooming heavy. Yeah.
He said it was pro as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Cheers. So that was the factory kitchen. What did I think? Well, staff are very pleasant, very clean. It's got a nice sort of modern, quirky feel. You know, that rustic cafe, modern sort of vibe. You know what I mean? It's sort of, it's a modern but retro idea, but it worked very well. Chalkboards, coffee was brilliant. I had just a normal latte with oatmeal milk to start off with. That was very nice. I then went for the turmeric latte with Oatly, and that was, if I'm honest, it's just a personal taste thing, but it just had a little bit too much turmeric for my taste, but I mean it was still very nice. Very nice. And if you do like turmeric, then you'll probably absolutely love it much more than I did, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it, because it was still nice. As for the meal, now I am hypercritical when it comes to vegan meals. A lot of the time I find that not very many people, not very many restaurants, cafes or eateries make a better breakfast than what my missus does as far as plant-based breakfasts go. But that was a bloody good attempt. I'll give that 4 out of 5 stars, which for me, hello, is it's just bloody good. So with their vegan breakfast, their full vegan breakfast, you get toast, you get grilled tomato, you get mushrooms and 2 homemade vegan sausages. Now the homemade vegan sausages for me were the sticking point for it, because there's as someone who used to eat meat and used to eat a lot of meat, I've yet to find a vegan sausage that has that proper satisfying crunch as you bite into it. I'm sure they're out there, but I've not tried any yet. You know, when you get sausages that are a little bit squidgy, slightly rubbery, when I'm using these terms to describe how they are compared to a meat sausage, which is probably very unfair indeed, but like I say, it has to be said, I've not yet found a plant-based sausage that can give me that satisfying crunch and fluffy middle texture of the sausages that I used to eat when I ate meat. I'll tell you what was interesting was the beans, and they're like special recipe beans. They're almost had a salsa-like taste to them. They did remind me sort of very much of a you know, Mexican sort of salsa sort of flavour. They weren't just, you know, tinned beans. They were they're homemade baked beans, I suppose, and they were tasty. A little bit spicy. You know, not too much, just a hint. So yeah, overall I think it's a really nice place. If you are plant-based, it's worth checking out. There's also lots of other options there. There's vegetarian options, there's full carnivore options as well. If you've got a family, you want to take them out, and you've got people with different dietary requirements, definitely stop by and give it a try. It's 2 thumbs up from me. Awesome. However, as a biker cafe, I dare say food-wise, grub-wise, everybody will be satisfied. The prices aren't they're not too bad, but the big thing is parking or lack of. I was very lucky to get space out the front there. And yes, I do have a big old beast of a motorcycle, but I just managed to squeeze in just in the front there. So I did have a quick scout around, and there's not a huge range of secure parking for a motorcycle. So yeah, I wouldn't say it would be up there with my well, top vegan rides, which I'm going to be doing a series of hopefully next year. But we'll see, won't we? But if you want to check it out, I'll put all the details down in the description. Like I say, the staff are very friendly, asked plenty of questions and got loads of sensible answers. And generally it's just a nice place for some breakfast. Now, I've not been for lunch. They do tapas as well on some days. And they also have cocktails, so I presume they are open quite late some nights as well. I did notice there's some cocktails on there, like Negroni, which is one of my favourite all-time cocktails. They've got that on there, but it's an Aperol Negroni, for example, which is a little bit sweeter than a standard Campari Negroni, if you know what Campari is. I have it myself sometimes. I didn't have it then, obviously, because, you know, well, I don't know what time they start serving alcohol anyway, and also I'm riding, so bottles and throttles don't mix. But yeah, if you want to go there for an evening, maybe some tapas, maybe some, I think they do dinner there as well. Check it out. If you're in the Belper area, I'm sure that you will be satisfied. So that is my review video for this month. If you liked it, please leave me some comments. Give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it and disagree with me, give me a thumbs down and leave some comments and tell me why. But as always, if you like to ride, be sure to subscribe, bash that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.